Oh. Oh my gosh. What's going on, family? How are we? How's everybody doing? Comment class 2. Excellent. What's going on, family? How are we feeling? Happy, was it Tuesday? Happy Tuesday, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. If y'all can see me. What's going on, family? Can y'all hear me? We good? Are we live? Can y'all hear me? Somebody let me know that they can hear me. Please, somebody let me know that they can hear me. Are we good? Can y'all hear me? Making sure we straight before we get this thing rocking and rolling. How are we? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm gonna wait for my guy, Mike, the businessman, to come on in here. Somebody said, what's some good side hustles? We can hear you. Okay, fantastic. I'm actually happy you asked that because that's exactly what this live is about to be about. We're about to give away all the game. Mike, if you're in here, I'm going to go ahead and invite you. We're going to get this thing rocking and rolling, my good. Happy Tuesday evening, y'all. Positive Tuesday, productive Tuesday. I'm excited. Shouts to my homie, Sheeta 3. And shouts to my guy, Mike, the businessman. What's going on?
What's up?
How are you, bro?
What's going on, my brother?
How are you, bro?
I'm good, man. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored. Better now that I'm talking to you. What's going on, man? I heard you. I know y'all here in these Dallas streets killing it right now, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, thanks to you, bro. Thanks to you, man. Thanks to you, man. Y'all don't know, but me and Marvin go. He was one of my. He gave me a chance when nobody did.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. It's up from there. It's up from there, bro.
Man, no problem at all. You came through on the pod. You absolutely killed it, and it was one of the best episodes we've ever done. It's still going up till this day. I still got people walking up to me about that episode today. We might have to do a part 2. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll see. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right?
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, brother.
Check the numbers. Let's run it back, bro. Let me know. I'll fly out again, bro. I'll run it back.
I got you.
How's everything with you, bro? How have you been?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling great. Just trying to continue to grow the business day by day, brick by brick, and just excited, bro. Just trying to provide as much value as possible. Excited to get connected with you here on this live. Essentially, what I wanted to do in this live is really just, help the people out, man. Free the people and just provide as much game as possible. I was talking with a friend the other day, and he was like, Marv, you provide a lot of content on credit repair. You provide a lot of content on business funding. You provide a lot of content on building personal credit. But you really don't give any information on how people can now take that information, leverage it, and now go and invest in cash flowing assets. And I was like, yo, you're 100% right? Because at the end of the day, as powerful as credit is, it's simply a tool, right? It's a means to be, right? A lot of times people strive for the 700 credit score. They strive for the 750 and the 800 and beyond. And they think it just ends there, but really that's where it starts, right? What is the game plan now once you're in position, once you've structured your business and you've repaired your credit and you've built out this amazing credit report for you to now create and invest in things that are going to free you from that 9 to 5 that you're trying to get away from, or create that additional $5,000 to $10,000 a month that you're looking to do. So I said, I bet. I looked through my contact list. I said, listen, I know a couple of heavy hitters, but there's one in particular I want to get connected with to break down the game for the people. And I made the call, and here we are. So I'm excited to get into it. Before we do, though, man, to give some people some insight, talk to them a little bit about like what your journey has been in terms of what credit has been able to do for you. Because obviously you're one of the owners of one of the best, if not the best, private car rental company out of Dallas.
Yes, sir.
You didn't do that with money that was coming straight out of your pocket. All right, I'm sure you had to leverage credit yourself to hit the ground running and create your own, create this company. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's 100%, bro. Like, and you said it best, bro. You call credit a tool. And I think that's where a lot of us got it messed up from childbirth, right? Like, we all grew up thinking and being told by our parents, credit. Yeah.
Before you continue on, I think the headphones have your voice super low. You may have to just go straight off the thing, Mike. Let's see.
Yeah, can y'all hear me now? Is this better?
A little bit better. Sorry,
a little better. Yeah, I don't. My volume is all the way up, so I'm not sure what's
You
going
should be
on.
you should be good, bro. But yeah, you can keep going what you were saying. I didn't mean to cut you off.
All right, that's a bet. Yeah. So a lot of us grew up, bro, thinking like we were raised to think credit's bad, cash is king, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, being like my dad, my family's Nigerian, and that was a whole mindset, right? Like everything you pay cash. The people that leverage credit, they broke. They living above their means. That's the brainwashing, the mentality a lot of us grew up and still grew up with to today. So we got those presuppositions that we carry with us in life, right? And I know that messed me up for several years. By the time I graduated, my first exposure to credit was in college and getting a T-shirt from Capital One, and it made me fill out a credit application.
Right.
I just filled it out because I wanted a T-shirt. I had no intention of ever using that credit card, right? So we just weren't raised to know how to use it right. It wasn't until I was able to change that fixed mindset, make that transition through education, through learning, to a growth mindset. See, a fixed mindset stays stuck in that presupposition. Like, yeah, credit's bad. You know, we don't need that. Go get cash. And then how many of y'all know that it's easier to tap into credit? Say you want to start a business for $10,000. It's easier to get a credit card for $10,000 than it is to save up $10,000.
Facts.
Okay? But a lot of us are programmed, nah, you got to work hard. You got to bust your behind to raise that money up and then go start your business. And then you keep deferring your dreams, when all you got to do is go clean up your credit, guys. Credit repair works.
Mm-hmm.
Credit repair freaking works, guys. I did it. It took me less than 6 months, and I went from like a 650 to almost an 800. It works, guys. I cleaned up my credit, bro, and then immediately I was able to, all of a sudden, I'm seeing banks now throwing money at me. And how many of y'all know that banks, just like, bro, we all were single at some point. I don't know if you're still single, but like, when you single and you thirsty, the girls run away from you. They don't want no parts of you, right?
Right.
You know, vice versa. But when you in a relationship, that's when all of a sudden it gets a little easier. It's the same thing with the banks.
Mm-hmm.
When you see you're thirsty, when you really need that credit, they don't want to give it to
Right.
you. When your credit score is trash, they don't want to give you no money. They're running away from you. But
Right.
even though you got a legitimate business, they won't mess with you. But once you got your credit up, you're in position. You're not even looking. That's when the banks start throwing money at you. And that's what they did to me. The second I fixed my credit, bro, all of a sudden, within a few months, I'm getting thrown 100K, 200K. And that's how I started my car rental company.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I knew, I built that up. And at the same time, I started to work on another LLC and build up that LLC's credit.
Mm-hmm.
I now also built that one up to, I started another business that's now cash flowing me 100K, 200K a year. You know, leverage that, built up another company. So that's the way you're meant to use credit, use leverage. Keep building businesses, and then you pay off the credit.
Mm-hmm.
You're meant to use it responsibly. I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong too. They think we just swipe these cards and we don't ever do nothing with the money. No,
Right.
You swipe the cards, you make some profit, go pay it off and keep it moving. That's the way you leverage credit, guys.
That's it. Now, and once again, just to dive deeper into that, I remember I heard, shouts to him 500. He has a quote where he's like, debt isn't for dummies, right? And I think sometimes people are super scared about leveraging credit or getting access to credit just because they haven't taken the time to properly educate themselves, right, on how to use the tool the way that it's supposed to be used.
Facts.
So you're Nigerian. You come from my Nigerian home. I come from a Haitian home. In my household, even in other households similar to mine, my introduction to credit was, hey, listen, it's only for gas and emergencies. That's it,
exactly.
Right? You're going to get it. You tuck the card away somewhere deep in one of your dresser drawers, and then that's it.
Yep.
Only for gas or emergencies. But like you said, this is a tool that once you got properly educated on how to use it, has allowed you to now create a successful private car rental business that you have now used to free yourself and free your family.
Yep.
This is a tool that's now put me in position to where now I've been able to scale multiple six-figure businesses myself and free myself and take care of individuals within my family.
Yeah.
Right? But it started with the education. It started with the mindset. It started with us putting ourselves in a frame of mind and understanding, okay, cool. This is a tool that millionaires, billionaires, and beyond are using to establish wealth for themselves. They're not using their own cash. They're not using capital. They're learning how to leverage the tool of credit to put themselves and the other people that they're connected to in a position to start, build, and scale businesses, right?
Yep. My man in the comments, LV the car plug, he hit the nail on the head. He said you don't spend tax income. You spend tax-free debt.
There you go.
That's how the rich are making money in this country.
That's it.
Off of debt.
That's it. That's it. But once again, like a lot of there's a negative connotation that surrounds the term debt, but that's what people just don't have the education. They don't have the information on how to properly do it. So what I do, and like I said, that's why I was so excited to get connected with you. I just want to provide a base for individuals in terms of whether you have bad credit, giving you a blueprint that you can use to get it fixed. If you have credit, giving you a blueprint on how to structure it and build it. And if you already have the credit, how to now properly structure a business so that you can go out, secure funding, and then from there, you walk them through how they can take that funding to start their own private car rental company. Because at the
100%, let's do it.
Somebody came in and they say, hey, listen, Mark, we're going to teach us how to get into some side hustle. I said, I can teach you how to do a side hustle, but I want to show you how to start a business.
There you go. There you go. And, but before you guys do that, anybody that follows me that hasn't followed Marvin Francois, please follow him right now. Click the thing all the way up top, and then you can follow both of us. Also follow me, y'all. I drop a lot of gems on business credit also, and how to get the bag with car rentals. So follow me also.
Let's go. So anybody who's on this live from Mike's community that doesn't know me, make sure you hit that follow button. I'm the owner and host of the Marvin Francois Show, where I interview high-level entrepreneurs like Mike and beyond, who give the game on top of game on their field of expertise. And anybody from my tribe that's on here that's not following Mike, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing yourself a disservice, because this man on the other side of this phone, he gives game on top of game on top of game, ladies and gentlemen. So let's break this thing down. So if you're on the live, right, I want to talk to every type of person. First, let me talk to the individual that has no credit at all. If you have no credit at all, here's the basis. Here's the framework that you need to follow to build a credit report from scratch. So if you're trying to get access to capital so that you can invest in a business like Mike the Businessman Car Rental Company, right? The first step, of course, is understanding that with anything that shows on your credit report, it has to have 100% payment history, right? So having 100% payment history, meaning that anything that's on your credit report, whether it's a credit card, student loan, auto loan, mortgage, whatever it may be, has to be paid on time on a month-to-month basis. Why? Because payment history makes up the largest factor of your credit report, right? It makes up 35%. One late payment can drop your credit score up to anywhere between 50 to, I've seen people's credit scores 120 points. 120 points. Yeah. So whatever it is that's on your credit, I don't care if it was a store credit card that you got from GameStop that you had no business getting. If it's on your credit report, making sure that it's being paid on time. So that's the first factor, which is payment history, right? The next one is it's a silent killer, is what I like to call it. It's called credit utilization, right? So I'll talk a little bit about that. Credit utilization is directly correlated with, of the total amount of revolving credit that you have available to you on your credit report, how much of that are you using, right? So now a lot of people who are slightly familiar with credit, what they've been taught is that when it comes to credit utilization, that they want to keep it around 30%. But if you're trying to put yourself in position to get access to capital so that you can, it has to be lower than that. The real number is 10% or below, right? Why? The reason why it's 10% or below is because it's not that you can't be in position to get funding with a utilization that's around 30%, but if it's around 10% or less, it's actually helping your credit score. So if your utilization is around 30%, it's not hurting it, but it's not helping it either. It's in like this weird gray area. But if it's around 10% or less, you're actually optimizing your credit report to where you actually look better to banks and lenders. 100%. Right? The next factor after that is length of credit history, right? Length of credit history is of the total type of credit accounts that you have on your credit report, whether it's auto loans, student loans, credit cards, whatever it may be, what is the overall average age of these accounts combined? Okay. Now, when it comes to having a properly structured credit report, the name of the game, especially if you're trying to go out there and get access to capital, is having a credit history, overall age of credit history, minimum 2 years or higher. Typically, whenever you have your credit history less than 2 years, it's going to be very difficult for you to get funding from banks and lenders. But I'm going to give y'all a gem that you can leverage to put to where you can actually backdate and get those 2 years back so that you are in position to get money. I'm giving the game on that in a few.
I want to hear that.
The next one after that, all right? So you have your payment history, you have your length of credit history, you have your credit utilization. The next one after that is credit mix, right? So this is essentially showing how diverse your credit report looks, right, in the eyes of banks and lenders. So I talked about a couple of different credit accounts. We talked about credit cards, we talked about auto loans, we talked about student loans, right? If you have one person and they have 2 credit cards on their credit report, but you have another person that has, let's say, 2 credit cards, a student loan, an auto loan, and a mortgage, and both of them have done a great job maintaining their credit reports, the second person is going to be more in a better position to get access to funding than the first person, because not only are they showing that they can maintain positive relationships with banks and lenders, they're also showing that they can maintain these relationships with different types of credit accounts, right? Because the bank, for me as a bank, I like the person that shows me, oh, you can maintain great payment history with a credit card and with a student loan and with an auto loan and with a mortgage versus just with 2 credit cards. I'm throwing you the bag, right? I'm throwing you the bag. So that's credit mix. And then the last factor that affects your credit report is new credit. So this is a big killer for a lot of people. New credit is, Mike, you're in the car space. You know about these.
I see it every day, bro. I see it every day.
Listen, let me talk to y'all.
New credit / immature credit.
Listen, let me.
You know what I'm talking about? That them AU credit, 800 credit score credit.
Listen, let me talk to y'all on this live, man. When it comes to new credit, here's the name of the game. In order to have a properly structured credit report that's going to put you in position to get to this bag, you got to make sure that you never have more than 3 to 4 hard inquiries on your credit report. Don't let it happen. Mike, I don't know about you. Most inquiries I've ever seen on a credit report at once, I think I've seen like 85.
I ain't never seen that much before, bro.
I haven't seen on a credit report like 85.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that person was thirsty. They were being thirsty, weren't they? There you go.
They were looking thirsty. Things was not looking too good. And I with a person that has 85 inquiries on the credit report, I don't care what else you have going on there. If you show that to a bank or a lender, all they're going to do is put another inquiry on there and not give you the funding that you're looking for. Right? So make sure that that inquiry count stays below 3, stays below 4 inquiries, right? Around that 2 to 3 to 4 range, nothing higher than that, ideally lower than that. And then from there, now you have a properly structured report. Okay? Now, from there, once you have that properly structured report, some different now that you know what a properly structured report looks like, different accounts that you can apply for to build that report out. So I mentioned earlier credit history, right?
Right.
So history, we want to have at least 2 years or more. One great program that you guys can use, Mike, I'm not sure if you ever heard of it, it's called Rent Reporters.
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
So Rent Reporters is a credit builder that essentially allows you to take somebody said they've seen over 130 inquiries on a credit report. Let me tell you something, you got to catch a flight to wherever lives. You have to pray for that individual. Something is horribly wrong. Right?
Hey, but you know what's sad? That'll be the same dude that's gonna DM you talking about they want you to clean their crap up in like less than a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Unrealistic expectations. Exactly.
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We don't mess with those kind of individuals.
Nah.
But now that you guys know how to properly structure your credit report, different credit builders that you can apply for. The first one is Rent Reporters, right? So Rent Reporters is a credit building account to where if you can apply for it and essentially takes the monthly payments that you're already making on your rent and have it show on your credit report. And the dope thing about Rent Reporters is they actually backdate your payment history up to 2 years. So that is with length of credit history, there's technically no way around it because it's time, right? Nobody controls time. Rent Reporters gives you a workaround for that to where they'll go back up to 2 years and show all that you've made on your credit report. So if you have little to no credit history at all, you can leverage a program like Rent Reporters and put yourself in position to where you have those 2 years of history and that positive payment history to where you look good in the eyes of banks and lenders.
Oh, nice. Hey, and as far as going back to your point about mixed accounts, what does that show up as? Is that a revolving or an installment account?
It's both.
Woo!
It's both. So when we talk about mix of accounts, once again, you want to have a couple of credit cards. You want to have a couple of installment lines of credit as well. Now, with installment lines of credit, that's like mortgages, auto loans, and student loans, right? I'm not telling y'all to go buy a house, go back to school, and get a car so you can have some things shown on your credit report. What you can do as a substitute to that is you can go to banks and get what's called a secured loan. So a secured loan is essentially when you borrow against your own money that you have in a savings account, where you're not actually taking out a loan. You're really just borrowing against money you already put in your account, but it's going to show on your credit report as an installment line of credit. Okay, so that's a great, easy, simple way for you to build out your report. Right now, on the flip side, let's say you have bad credit. Right, you have bad credit. Let's say you're not in the buckets where you don't have credit. You do have credit, but you messed it up. Here's an easy way for you guys to go ahead and clean your credit up so that you're in position to go out and get funding. Right, there are a bunch of different ways that you can approach it. I know there's some illegal methods.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about those.
We don't do those. Right?
Do that.
If you are watching this, you are a consumer, and there are laws that protect you against the credit reporting agencies, which are Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Right? Write this down. Somebody drop it in the chat box. Somebody put it somewhere so that you have it for memory's sake. Right? Or screen record this part of the call. Here's what you're going to do if you have bad credit. Very simple. You're going to Google 2 laws. First law is 15 USC 1681 EB. Let me say it one more time. 15 USC 1681 EB. Okay. The next one is 15 USC 1681 I5. Again, 15 USC 1681 I5. So you're going to take 15 USC 1681 EB and 15 US Code 1681 I5. And essentially what both these laws say, when you Google them, they're essentially going to say that by law, the credit reporting agency's responsibility to make sure everything that's on your credit report is 100% accurate.
That's right.
Not 100% accurate, and you can prove that as a consumer. By law, the credit reporting agencies have to delete that account from your credit report. So now that we understand the law that protects us as a consumer, right? Now we have to understand what is an inaccuracy. Am I right, Mike? We got to understand.
100%. And why is there inaccurate information on our reports, though? How does that get there?
That's a great question. So how that gets there is that a lot of people don't know this, but they think Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax are one big family, and that's not the case. Experian is its own company, TransUnion is its own company, and Equifax is its own company. So naturally, there are going to be credit accounts that show on all three credit reporting agencies, but there's going to be information within those accounts from each of those companies that's not accurate across the board, right? Gotcha. So in short, if you're watching this and you want to be able to understand what an inaccuracy is, all an inaccuracy is whenever something is showing on one part of your credit report that is not completely in alignment with the other two credit reports that you have with the other two credit reporting agencies. Okay? Gotcha. So to give some examples, common inaccuracies that most people don't know about, right? So if you have closed account showing as open, so if you have an account that you know is closed, but on your credit report is being shown as open, it's an inaccuracy. If you have different account numbers for the same account, that's an inaccuracy. If you have account numbers that aren't being reported in full, so this is a big gem. If you have credit monitoring with like My Free Score Now or Identity IQ or Credit Karma, and you see that your account number for that account is 12345XXX, that's technically an inaccuracy, because if I call Capital One and I ask them what's my account number, they're not going to tell me that it's 12345XXX.
Gotcha.
They're going to tell me it's 123456778, whatever case may be. That's an inaccuracy, right? Here's another gem a lot of people don't know, because one of the more common negative items you could have on your credit report is a collections, right? If you have a collections account on your credit report and it has late payments, that's an inaccuracy. Collections accounts are not supposed to have late payments on there, right? And I can go on and on and on. But all you now have to do is get access to your credit report. Yeah. Once you get access to your credit report, go line item after line item for every account. And if you can find any piece of information on there that is showing on Experian one way, but it's not showing on TransUnion and Equifax the same way, that's an inaccuracy. So you can now use 15 U.S. Code 1681EB and 15 U.S. Code 1681I5, put them together, right? Put them together and challenge those negative items to get them removed. And you can get them removed in anywhere up to 60 to 90 days.
Oh, that's just like, let me ask you this, bro, because I mean, yes, we have our credit report too, but bro, and like there's other reports too that also contain information about us. Like the other day, I heard about a LexisNexis report, right? So there's that, and then I just co-signed for my niece to get an apartment, and they pulled some kind of credit or some kind of rental credit or rental history, something like that. So what about all of that? Can I use those two laws to dispute any inaccurate information on those?
Yes, you can, 100%. I'm happy that you brought that up. Before I break that down real quick, if you're in here right now, you've received value from this so far, drop the word class in the comment section to make sure that y'all are receiving. Yep. I want to make sure that we're here and y'all are receiving as much value as possible. So if you've received value from this, drop the word class in the comment section right now, 1, and 2, share this live out with 5 people, because we just getting one. I'm just talking about my part. We haven't even gotten to Mike's side.
We ain't even got to that.
We didn't even get.
I ain't even talking yet.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you guys are receiving value from this, make sure you drop the word class in the comment section right now and share this live out with 5 people, because we just getting warmed up. But to answer your question, yes, you can use those same laws to challenge negative items that are also showing on other credit reporting agencies as well. So everybody knows Experian, everybody knows TransUnion, everybody knows Equifax, but there's a bunch of other credit reporting agencies like LexisNexis, Innovis, ARS, CoreLogic, right? The list goes on and on and on. So in the same way that you can send dispute letters to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, yes, you can also send dispute letters to LexisNexis, Daystream, and Innovis. And also, by the way, you can also leverage some of those other secondary credit reporting agencies to improve your chances of getting negative items removed on your main credit report. So I'll give you an example. There's a secondary credit reporting agency called NCTUE. NCTUE is a secondary credit reporting agency that's directly connected to utility credit accounts that are showing on your credit report.
So, I have never heard of that one, bro. I have never heard of that.
So watch this. I'm about to give you a gem. If you have, let's say you got a collections on your credit report from like a water company or a gas company or electric company, and you expedite getting it removed, on top of sending that dispute letter with 15 U.S.C. 1681 EB and 15 U.S.C. 1681 I5 to the 3 credit reporting agencies, send it send it to NCTUE as well, because they also may be contributing to the data that's keeping that negative account.
Oh, gotcha. So if I ain't paid my Comcast bill for a long time.
Nah, but facts though. Like, yeah, you can leverage that.
Okay. I didn't know that. I never heard of them.
Never heard of that. So that's another. And there's a couple other ones. There's also, I'll say this. There's also 2 other credit reporting agencies. So there's Factor Trust. If I remember correctly, Factor Trust is directly connected with either TransUnion and Experian.
Okay.
And then there's Clarity Services, which I think is whatever one Factor Trust is connected to between TransUnion and Experian, Clarity Services is connected with the other one. So
bro, let me ask you this, bro. Are these guys all connected? Like, are these all like child companies? Like, these guys own everything, don't they?
Yeah, bro.
It's all a hustle, bro. And you know what people don't realize? These credit reporting agencies are all for-profit companies. People think they're government institutions set there to protect us. That maybe you need to talk about that. Like, these guys are for-profit.
Bro, people think that, first off, people throw the term credit, and I was just talking to my guy, Durain De Levante. I was just talking to him about this the other day. People love to throw around the term credit bureau, right? The definition of a bureau is a company that's directly connected or working under and or with the government. And Equifax are their own individual companies. They have no connection with the United States government in any way, shape, or form.
The history of that phrase, though? Who came up with credit bureau? I'm sure they coined that phrase, though, to start with. Bro, to have some kind of legitimacy to themselves, so to speak.
That most likely could be what it is, because at the end of the day, they have no connection with the government. And for them, they probably use that as leverage to where now they're trying to make us as consumers fearful about going against them for inaccurate information that we have on our credit report. But when you understand the law,
that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
When you put yourself in a position to understand the law and understand how it affects you, you can now use things like consumer law to challenge those negative items, right, that are with Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, right? Once you educate yourself on how credit works and these laws that protect you, and get them removed, right? Because they aren't credit bureaus; they're just regular companies like any other company, right?
But speaking of that, right, getting these things removed, like maybe you can help me and a lot of the people on here too, because bro, there's a lot of stuff being thrown around. Like, we hear these laws that you mentioned, right? I've heard about those laws, right? I've heard people talking about like some consumer law type stuff. They really go really deep into these laws. There's people using AI now to clean credit. Metro too, right? There's so many different things out there. And then the people doing what they call sweeps, right? Where in a week they sweep everything.
Facts.
What is true? What is false? Separate the real from the fake. And then the Lexington laws, right? How do we make sense of all this chaos in the credit space, bro?
There's a million ways to get negative items deleted from your credit report. What I'll say to that is this: of all the ways that you can go about getting negative items removed from your credit report, the number one things that you want to make sure you stay away from, and we touched on this slightly earlier, any and all things illegal. So anytime you have any, like, the old school way that was tried and true and got results, but was super dangerous, was like identity theft reports, reports, police reports, all that stuff. That's the same stuff that got a lot of those individuals in the credit space locked up over the course of the past year, right? So you can use a Metro 2. You know, I know some people that get results for themselves using ChatGPT and Metro 2 and all these other different things, right? But the name of the game is making sure that you're staying away from those, like, police reports, the FTC reports, unless you, of course, actually went through identity theft and the identity theft reports. Those three, steer very, 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 very far away from those, because that is actually going to have a negative effect in putting you in hot water, right, with these different companies.
Bro, that's forgery. Like, I know, I'm not going to say no names, but I knew a guy in my city for almost every client of his, and sometimes they don't even tell their clientele. He would go file a fake police report. He would submit a fake police report. That's forgery.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So once again, there's so many legal ways that are just as effective and just as efficient as going that route. So I would never advocate for it. I know that there are probably some people that still do that method. Hey, listen, God bless you. Hope I don't see you on the news no time soon. Man. You understand? On this side, we do not advocate nor condone negative ways to get information removed.
And then also maybe answer me this, right? So people can also get like a realistic expectation, right? Because a lot of them, unfortunately, the loudest voices in the space are the people doing that crap, right? The illegal stuff. Those are the loudest voices, right? Almost, so to speak, like fast food credit repairs, right? You show up today, pay now, and we clean it by tomorrow. And so unfortunately, a lot of people started expecting that. kind of like let us know like what's the real in the credit repair space. Say I had 180 inquiries, right? How long realistically can it take to get those off? If I didn't pay my Comcast bill 10 years ago, Marvin, how long is it going to take to get that off realistically?
It varies from the type. It varies from credit report to credit report because with inquiries it's a little different. But with inquiries, what I'll say to that is that's one of the easiest items to get removed. On average, inquiries stop negatively affecting your credit report anywhere between 6 months to a year, and they fall off after 2 years. You can call into the credit reporting agencies and get those removed, right? So that's super duper simple. But then when you talk about like charge-offs, collections.
Pause. Guys, he's not giving y'all no more sauce unless y'all type class. Put class in the comments right now. Drop a class in the comment right now, yo, because he's taking us to school. I want to see the chat filled with class in the comment right now, yo. He's taking us to school, y'all.
Listen, I just want to give away the game, man.
They must not want this sauce, bro. I ain't seen no class in the comments, yo. They must not want this sauce, bro. We might have to stop.
We haven't even gotten into Mike's portion of it. We're just giving away how to put yourself in position when it comes to credit. So if you guys value from here, make sure you guys are dropping the word class in the comments.
There you go. I see the classes coming up. There you go, y'all. There you go. If y'all getting value, drop class in the chat. Go ahead. Talk to us about charge-offs, late payments, and all of that.
Yeah. So now when it comes to how long it takes, it's on a consumer to consumer basis. That's what I'll say about that. So, once again, inquiries are super duper easy to get off. They stop negatively affecting your credit report after 6 months to a year. And they fall off of your credit report after 2 years. But then when you talk about like charge-offs and collections, it's the things that are connected to that is, how much debt you owe, how long has that been on your credit report? Have you made any payments on the debt? Because a lot of people don't know when you're making payments on collections, you actually hurt your chance of getting that negative item removed unless you got to pay for deletion agreement with that agency, right? Who is holding the debt, right? There's so many different moving factors. What I tell people is that when it comes to any form of credit repair or any form of getting negative items removed, it really is on a month-to-month basis. I would say don't come in thinking that you're about to get everything off in 2 days, right? Like you got to think about it. You're trying to take years and years of your financial mishaps that have messed up your credit report and trying to get it done in a couple of days. It don't work. It's a month process that you got to be patient about. You have to be open-minded about. But if you do what you do, you'll be perfectly fine and make sure that you're in position to get those negative items removed, right? So we taught them how to structure their credit report. We taught them how to clean their credit report. Now their personal credit is good. Now let's start the business side, right? Because I ultimately want to get them to you, right? I want to get position to where they now have a bag. They can now leverage that bag.
Go flip the bag.
And how to start their own private car rental company. So now watch this, right? You have your properly structured credit report. Now you need to go out and get your LLC. You got to go out and get your business. Here's the biggest mistake most people make whenever they start a business. The first thing that they do is that they go and set up the LLC first. Let me tell you why that's a big mistake. When you go and you get your LLC set up first, a lot of times what happens as a result of that is you end up putting your personal name, your personal email address, your personal phone number in connection with this LLC. You want to have any of your personal information connected to any business that you guys are creating, because if you do, any information connected to LLC is public information. So if you put your address directly connected to an LLC that you just created, now when I Google your company LLC, I'm going to be able to see where you live. That's the last thing that we want, right? 100%. We want to be able to put ourselves in position to get the bag, but be safe about it, right? So how do we properly create and structure a business? Very simple. We're going to break it down for you guys in real time. The first step is before you get the LLC, if you have a name that you want to give your business, you're going to go to your Secretary of State website. I don't matter if you live in Florida, Texas, Cali, wherever. And you're going to type in Florida Secretary of State. It's going to bring you to that website, and you're going to look up whatever name that you're looking to give your company. Make sure that no other entrepreneur in your city, no other business owner in your city already had that name before you give your business that name. And secondly, make sure you don't give your business a name that's directly connected to a super high-risk industry, like credit, right? Like funding, like trucking, real estate, I believe is another one. The reason why is because it's not going to hurt you it's not going to disable you from being able to get funding, but it's going to greatly decrease your chances of being able to get the most amount of funding that you want to get.
Right.
Hey, then you want to go and get your business address, right? What does that look like? Like I said before, unless you're like Mike and you have an actual commercial building where you're running business out of, you don't want to attach your LLC to your personal address. But if you don't have a brick and mortar, then what do? Here's what you do. You go and you get a virtual office. A virtual office is essentially an office that you can get at a commercial building in your city that you can rent out for pennies on a dollar and use that address to set your LLC up. One that I would recommend to y'all on this live right now is Anytime Mailbox. Anytime Mailbox, $10 a month for a virtual office. That's $120 a year to properly structure your business and give your business its own address so that you're in position to get funding.
I'm gonna also give them a bar with that too, because sometimes people go too cheap when they pick a virtual address service. They'll go pick the $2 one. Here's the problem with that, guys. Whatever address they give you, make sure you put that into Google's search bar, and you want to see the picture of the property. If the property is a Staples, if it's a UPS store, or if it's a packing shop, that ain't gonna work. You ain't gonna get no funding. All right, you need to spend a little more on the virtual office.
You understand?
Right? Maybe increase your budget to $15 or $20, and then now you want it to be in a commercial-looking building. Right. All right, because unfortunately, a lot of those you won't get funding with that. All right, because the banks are not idiots. They're gonna Google your address and see he's lying, and that's it.
And to give even more value, let's say you guys don't want to go with Anytime Mailbox for your business address. Here are two other ones that you can use. You can use Opus Virtual Office. And Opus is that with Opus, not only do they give you a virtual office, but the payments you make on your virtual office can actually use to build business credit. A lot of people don't know that. So Opus Virtual Office is another one, right?
Hold up, it reports to your business credit?
Yeah. So you're paying,
I didn't know that. That's dope.
Yeah, Opus Virtual Office, right? It's a little bit more expensive than a Mailbox, but those payments report to your business credit report.
As an installment,
right?
Or revolving, do you know?
That I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but Opus Virtual.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. I didn't know that.
Opus Virtual Office and then Regis Virtual Office as well, right? So that's the big three: Anytime Mailbox, Opus Virtual Office, Regis Virtual Office. So that's your business address. That's taken care of. Next, you got to get the business phone number, right? We want to make sure that our business is properly structured. So when we talk about a business phone number, once again, you don't want your personal phone number directly connected to your business. Yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to go and find a company that's going to get you a phone number, preferably an 800 number, to get set up for your business. What does that look like? I'm going to give y'all two recommendations. You can go to grasshopper.com, get a business phone number where you can pay anywhere between $25 to $35 per month for that phone number to be set up for your business. Or if you want something super cost efficient, y'all, you can get a business phone number from Google Voice. Yeah. Google will charge you $6 a month. $6 a month. That's $72 a year for an.
Is Google Voice considered a business phone number?
Well, as long as you have a phone number that's separate from your personal,
right? That's good.
Preferably an 800 number, you're good to go. And you can Google Voice for $6 a month. $6 a month. You understand what I'm saying to you? So you're gonna make sure you get that set up as well, right? Shout out to my guy Keaton for showing some love and dropping a badge. I'm gonna tap in with you very family. I appreciate
Shout out, my man.
So business phone number, you can either do Grasshopper or you can do Grasshopper or you can do Google Voice. Those are two great out. And a couple other options is Nextiva. That's another one. All right. Yeah. There's also
I use openphone.co. Boom. That's pretty dope too.
Openphone.co. That's another one. Yep. Boom. Shout out to that. My guy Keenan, I appreciate you, family. What's his name? So then after that, you have your business phone number. Next is your business email. Next is your business website. So this is actually the more underrated parts of getting your business set up that people overlook. And they overthink it sometimes too, Mike, because people think they need a $5,000 website to get set up for their business when they're trying to get funding. You can go on Fiverr.com and pay someone that works overseas $100 to $150 to set up a business landing page for you, just to make sure banks are running their data points and they're looking up information on your business. What they're seeing is good and structured the way it's supposed to be structured. Yep. You don't got to pay $5,000, especially if you're a new entrepreneur. Find somebody on Fiverr, pay them $100 to $125, and then you're good to go.
There you go. And make sure, guys, when you guys once you incorporate, before you incorporate, once you're getting all of your ducks in a row, you've chosen the name, right? Also go make sure that the .com is available. Because the last thing you want is you get this nice name and you ended up with a .uk or some other crap, .xyz.
.org.
.org. You know what I'm saying?
We don't want that, right?
You don't want that.
So boom, there you go. There's another one. Now, after you get your business website, now you're going to get your business email. Here's what kills me. We talk about separating the personal from the business. What we are not going to do, we're not going to attach our personal email address to our business. It's not happening, y'all.
Hold up, Marvin. You mean I can't use my little juicy at gmail.com?
You can't.
My burner?
Juicy at Gmail?
Come on, bro.
42 at Gmail? You can't use Gorilla Man 45 at Gmail? None of that. We are legit. We're trying to put ourselves in position to get to the bag. That's not how we do it. How do we?
We got to be professional, guys.
Listen,
you got to come correct.
listen, come correct. It's simple. You're going to go to Google again, and they're going to charge you $6 a month to get a business email. And your business email is going to be whatever your business name is that you chose earlier. So it's going to be info@businessname.com, contact@businessname.com, support@businessname.com. Because these are all things that are going on your credit applications when you guys are applying for funding. If you put JuicyGorilla45@gmail.com, Chase Bank is not going to give you no money. They're going to call you like, what happened? What's wrong? Why are you here? Right? We don't make those mistakes. So that we got our business email address set up. And then after we got the business name, business address, business phone number, business email, now we can go and get the actual LLC set up because we have the information we need to put on those applications for our articles of organization and for our EIN, which is our employer identification number. So what does that look like? First thing you guys are going to do to get your LLC is your articles of organization. Your articles of organization is essentially the paperwork that makes your LLC a LLC, right? So most people, what they'll do, and this is a gem, most people, they'll go to LegalZoom to get their file. Let me tell you why that's a mistake, because LegalZoom is going to charge you for things or overcharge you for things you shouldn't be overcharged for. Here's what you said. You're going to go to inkfile.com. Inkfile.com. Inkfile.com is a great website. They're not going to overcharge you whatever your state filing fee is for the articles of organization. Boom, you got your LLC set up. Next, you're going to get your EIN, irs.gov. It takes 3 to 5 minutes, and you get your employer identification number, which is essentially the social security number for your business. Boom, you got that set up.
And guys, please do not be scammed, yo. A lot of people go to Google and they type in EIN number or how to get EIN number. There's 1,000 websites out there that would charge you hundreds of dollars for an EIN number. Y'all could get that at irs.gov website if you do it during normal business hours. Immediately. Do not pay anybody for that, guys. Please.
Bro,
please.
It's free $99. And you can get it set up for yourself. You can literally do it tomorrow afternoon as soon as you up and you add them, right? And then the last part of your LLC is the operating agreement. The operating agreement, it's you can get it set up. You won't typically get asked for it when you're looking to go out and get funding, right? You typically won't get asked for it when you're trying to go out and get funding, unless you're trying to get like a large lump sum in one go, like a $100,000 one-time loan and up. But if not that, you normally won't get asked for the operating agreement. An operating agreement, for y'all who don't know, it's essentially paperwork that outlines what your business does, right? So with the operating agreement, you can just Google operating agreement template, take one off anywhere on website for free, and just replace the information that's in that template with whatever the nature is of what your business does. So now you take all of that. You probably spent anywhere between $200 to $250 to get your business set up, but now you got your properly structured personal credit report. You have your properly structured business. You're now in position to go out and get funded anywhere $50,000 and up, and you only spent $200 to $250 to do it. That seems like a good exchange to me.
100%.
Very good exchange to me. Now watch this, right? Mike is going to teach y'all how you can go about getting a private car rental company set up step by step, but you still need the funding to do it. I'm going to teach you guys how to get access to a minimum of $50,000 in funding right now. But before I do that, to make sure y'all still rock and roll with me, if you want me to give you the game on what banks to go to, what credit reporting agency they for, drop the word class EALASS. From my side of things, and you haven't followed Mike the Businessman, you're playing yourself. Hit that follow button and follow that man right now, and vice versa. If you're from Mike's tribe and you're not following me, something's wrong. Something is horribly wrong. Hit that follow button now so we can go ahead and keep giving y'all. You guys want to learn how to access the minimum. Somebody said this is game. I didn't even start. We just
started. I ain't even get to it yet. I ain't even pick up the mic yet.
Listen, if you guys want to learn how to get access to the minimum 50, I just taught you how to structure your credit report, build your credit report, and structure your business. If you want to learn how to access the $50,000 in funding, comment the word class, and I'll give you guys a game right here, right now. I need to see class in the chat right now. Drop class in the chat right now, and I'll give it away. Because I don't need it. I already know how to do it. If you want to learn
the word class, y'all, drop the word class, y'all.
Word class in the chat right now, and I'll give it away. I ain't got nothing to hide. Mike, you got something to hide? Because I ain't got nothing to hide.
Bro, we about to give out all the game, y'all. Just drop class in the chat, and then we'll give it out. There you go. I see class in the chat. There you go.
Coming in.
There you go.
There we go. Fantastic.
All right, get ready. Go ahead. Give it to them.
So here's the step-by-step, right? Because the biggest issue that a lot of people have, somebody said, ain't no way. I'm crying. Well, that's why I just taught you how to fix your credit and how to probably structure your credit report.
I told you somebody was going to say this, bro. I did not tell you that. There's always somebody in there with a 200 credit score.
Listen,
And they want 50K.
watch
They
this.
want to leapfrog. They want to jump.
Here's the step by step. I taught you how to structure the credit report, build the credit report, structure your business. Here's where you can go to get the 50K, right? Here's the banks. First bank, and make sure y'all either write this down, screenshot this, do whatever you got to do, screen record it, do whatever you got to do. First bank you're going to go to is Key Bank. Key Bank is going to give you up to $50,000 in funding on any of their business credit products while doing a soft pull on your Equifax credit report. What does that mean? That means that you can get approved for up to $50,000 in funding from Key Bank on one credit card, and they're not going to put an inquiry on your credit report in order to approve you to do so. They'll check your Equifax report, but they're not going to put an inquiry on your credit report in order for them to do so, right?
That's right.
That Key Bank is the first one, right? And they also and their funding is no doc. What no doc means is you can essentially get access to this funding without providing checks, pay stubs, bank statements, tax returns, any of those things. Whatever your stated income, you understand? What?
Did y'all just hear that? He just told you guys that you could get up to 50K without providing pay stubs, nothing.
And
hold up. So what do I have to give the banker? What documentation do I go to the bank with?
Fill out the application. You create an account with Key Bank. You fill out the application. Shout out to my guy Wealthy Zach. He said Key Bank gave me 50K. No funny.
Come on, let's talk about that. Listen, come on now.
So all you're doing is filling out the application. They're not going to do no hard pull on your Equifax report, and now they're going to they can approve you anywhere up to $50,000 in funding, right, for your business. And that's just one bank. So that's Key Bank. We're going to go to Key Bank. No docs, no hard inquiry on your Equifax report, right? And they could approve you for up to 50K.
What kind of credit score you need for that?
You need at least a minimum of 680 credit score or higher, right? But remember, it's not just about the credit score; it's about the credit profile. Right. So that's why I have to break down, because you could have a 750 credit score and get denied for things that somebody with a 680 credit score would get approved for. Yeah. So typically, if your credit score is around a certain range, of course, you're more than likely in position, but you still want to actually have the properly structured profile to get access to the funding, right? So now we got Key Bank. Key Bank is going to approve you for anywhere up to 50,000. Remember, I said I'm going to tell you how to get access to a minimum of 50. We already could potentially get 50 from Key Bank alone. Let's keep going.
Yeah, if you ain't
right
got Key Bank in your state, though, what happens? Somebody asking in the chat, because I think it's a regional bank.
That's a great question. I'm about to give you even more banks that you can go to ensure you get the 50K. So walk with me. I got you. I'm here with you.
Go.
The next bank after that, right? That pulls from Experian is going to be PNC Bank, right? Right? PNC Bank does a hard pull from Experian, okay? And they have up to 5 different business credit cards that you guys can choose from that will approve you anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 in funding for any of those cards that you apply for. And they pull from Experian. That's the second bank, right? The third bank that you guys are going to go to is BMO Harris. BMO Harris. This is also another regional bank that pulls from TransUnion, and they will also approve you for anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000 in funding, if that, as long as you have your properly structured credit report, you have your properly structured business and everything else. Okay. And you can apply. You don't have to apply in branch. You can apply online and get approved in real time. Okay. So those are 3 banks that I just gave you. But watch this, Mike. Watch this, right? I just gave them 3 banks, right? But now, if you remember, with Key Bank, we just got approved for Key Bank with no hard inquiry on an Equifax report. Remember that, right? Right. It's a soft Equifax, right? Cool. What does that mean? That means that since we didn't get a hard inquiry on Equifax, we can now go back to another bank the same day that we got approved for funding from Key Bank that pulls from Equifax, so we can go out and get more funding. You understand? Watch this. I'm not done yet. What that also means is we went to PNC. PNC just approved us for anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000 in funding, and they pull from Experian. Well, you can go to my YouTube channel, watch Experian 24-hour hard inquiry hack. You can call into Experian and get the inquiry removed the same day. So where you just got business funding from PNC and there's no inquiry on your personal credit report. So
I don't know if they caught that, yo. I don't know if they caught that. That person that got 180 inquiries on their credit report, you need to listen to this right now. Listen, drop class in the comments if you want that sauce again. Run it back again, bro.
You just got funding from Key Bank and they did a soft pull, no hard inquiry on your personal credit report, right? You then are gonna call Experian to get the inquiry that you got from PNC removed, because you got a business credit card from PNC that's not going to show on your personal credit report. So you can call Experian to get that inquiry removed, and now you have a business credit card from PNC and a business credit card from Key Bank with no hard inquiry. So the day that you got approved for funding from Key Bank and from PNC, you can go find 2 more banks that are pulled from Equifax and pulled from Experian because there's no hard inquiry there. So now you could go get 2 more banks in a day. And I'm going to give them the banks, Mike. I'm not even going to let them figure out the banks. I'm going to give them banks. Here are 2 more banks that y'all can go to.
He's not done yet. He's not done yet.
Here's another bank. Next, you're going to go to Truist Bank.
Okay.
Truist Bank. Why are you going to go to Truist Bank? You're going to go to Truist Bank because Truist Bank also pulls from Equifax. They're going to do a hard pull, so they are going to leave a hard inquiry on your credit report.
Okay.
But with Truist, you can get approved for multiple credit card products with one hard inquiry. So that means that you can get 2 credit cards from Truist on top of the 1 credit card you just got from KeyBank. You technically just got 3 business credit cards for anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000 in funding with one hard inquiry.
One inquiry.
Just from Equifax. Then after that,
take it off.
Then after that, watch this. I'm not done. Now you're going to go to Citizens Bank because they pull from Experian. Citizens Bank is going to approve you for anywhere between 10 to 15 to 20,000 in funding. So you just got, so let's say you got 2 credit cards from Truist, you got 1 credit card from KeyBank, so you got 3 credit cards from Equifax with 1 inquiry.
Yes.
You got credit cards from Experian with 1 inquiry, and then you got your other credit card from TransUnion as well. That's what, 7 business credit cards. Let's say you got approved for anywhere between 10 to 15,000 on each card. That's 50 to 75,000 in funding right there.
Come on, y'all. Hey, how many of y'all know that success loves speed, y'all? Like, homeboy, Marvin's dropping that sauce, y'all. Somebody needs to take this information, go execute that ASAP, y'all.
Listen.
Like, go execute that information ASAP. At the end of the day, information on him, execution on y'all. Go execute. They're giving out a bag before these banks tighten up.
And I'm not even done.
He's not even done.
Y'all I just gave y'all 5 banks that you can go to get the 50 to 75, right? But Mike, you remember somebody earlier in the chat, they asked, well, KeyBank isn't available in my area. What do I do if I want to get access to the funding if the bank is available in my area? Mike, if it's okay with you, only if it's okay with you and if it's okay with everybody in the chat, is it okay if I give them 3 free resources that they can use to find?
Now we need to get 5 comments, people commenting class. I need to see 5 comments saying class.
If y'all,
and then you can drop the sauce, y'all. I want to see that they really want this, y'all. Y'all need to show us that you really want this sauce.
Listen, if y'all want to get access, want to give you 3 free resources you can use to find banks in your neighborhood, in your next door to you, that'll give you the 50 to 75,000 of funding. Drop the word class in the comment section right now. I'll give it away.
Drop the word class, y'all. He'll give out the sauce. There you go. There you go.
I'll give it away.
There you go. There you go. Drop the word class, y'all. There you go. We see 3 of them. Keep dropping the word class. I want the chat going crazy with the word class right now. My man is dropping gems, y'all.
Y'all want these 3 free resources that's going to teach you how to get access to this funding.
We got 4. We need one more. Drop the word class. There you go, brother. Let's go. Drop it, y'all. Drop the sauce.
Let's do it. 3 free resources. Here's the make sure y'all write this down, screenshot it, call your aunt, tell her about it.
Have your journals. Write it down.
Listen, the first source is Bank Branch Locator. Bank Branch Locator. BankBranchLocator.com is a website that you can go to. It's for free. It'll tell you every bank that's available within 1, 5, 10, and 25 miles of whatever city, state, or zip code that you live in. So if I just gave y'all 5 banks. Let's say none of those 5 are available in your area. You can use that resource to find other banks that are available in your area. Call, ask them what credit reporting agency they pull from, and create your own business funding sequence to go out and get 50 to 75,000 in funding. Right there. That's BankBranch.com. You can find 5 banks, 10 banks, 15 banks, 20 banks, 100 banks, however many you want to get to this bag, it's yours. So that's one. Let me give them another one. Because Bank Branch Locator only shows you banks, but if you know anything about funding, there's also credit unions as well, Mike. And I know you know this, right?
Yes.
Bank Branch Locator doesn't give you credit unions, so I'll give y'all a second free resource that'll give you access to credit unions.
But hold up, I don't want this to fly over their heads, though. You said you dropped a bar right there. You didn't even know you dropped that bar, bro. See, your average person, they wait till they get the credit card offer in the mail.
Yep.
Then they apply.
Right.
My man just dropped a strategy. There's a strategy behind it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There's a sequence behind it. He showed you how you guys can apply for 7 different products and get only 1 inquiry.
Yep.
So he's being strategic. He's not waiting for the banks to send him a letter.
Yep.
He don't care about that mess. There's a strategy behind it, y'all. I hope you guys are catching. Don't let that pass you by, y'all. That was a gem right there, y'all. Go ahead, bro.
I told him play all the game. Here's the next free resource. If you got because Bank Branch Locator is not going to give you access to credit unions, right? So here's a second free resource y'all can use. The next free resource is iBankNet.com. iBankNet.com. This is a website that you can use for free. That's going to show banks and credit unions in your area, right? To where, once again, they're going to give you the name, address, phone number of these banks. You call in, find out what credit reporting agencies that they pull from, and now you can create your funding sequence with these credit unions on top of the banks that you form relationships with through Bank Branch Locator. So that's 2 free resources. Now watch this, right? Because Mike, I want to make sure I eliminate all excuses coming off the slide.
100%.
Somebody may hear me say that and be like, well, credit unions are tricky because some of them only allow you to have memberships with them if you're in the Navy or if you're a teacher or if you're a firefighter, for all these things. Watch this. Mike, I'm going to give them a free resource that'll give them access to 30 credit unions across the country for just $8 a year. I'm going to give them access to a free resource that's going to give them access to 30 credit unions across the country that where if they pay $8 a year, they'll get access to those credit unions, become members there, and be able to apply for funding with them. The resource is called financialfitnessassociation.org.
I ain't never heard of that one, bro. That's a bar.
Financialfitnessassociation.org. This is a website because if you, like, for example, Navy Federal, right? It's the most popular credit union of them all. In order for you to get access to Navy Federal, you or someone you know has to have served in the Army, Navy, military, whatever it may be.
Right.
Teachers Federal Credit Union, right? Another credit union where you got to be a teacher to get access to it. With financialfitnessassociation.org, you can become a member of Financial Fitness Association for $8 a year, and you automatically become a member of 30 other credit unions across the country that you now go to and apply for business funding.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's 3 free resources that you just got on top of the 5 banks that I just gave y'all to give you access to a minimum. And really, I said minimum of 50 to 75. If you do everything that I just outlined, you're really about to get 100K, if that. If that. So I just gave it away. You understand? So I just gave it away. So I taught you how to properly structure your credit report, how to repair your credit, how to properly structure the business, and 3 ways to get access to the 50 to 75,000 in funding to put you in position to where now my guy Mike is about to come in and tell you how you can now take that money and invest it to go ahead and start a cash flowing private car rental company. Mike, the floor is yours. I don't want to get
100%. So I'm gonna keep this nice and sweet, right? So guys, first off, right? So my man Marvin just told you guys how to set up that LLC. Yep. He made a very key point, right? Because here's where a lot of LLCs or companies are dead on arrival. They go pick a fancy name, and then when they go to the bank, right, to go open up that business bank account, and they sit down across from the relationship banker, and the relationship banker asks them that friendly question like, so what do you do? What does your business do? And then they always, oh yeah, I do trucking, or yeah, I'm about to start a Turo business. Right. Guys, don't ever say that, all right? Because Turo or private rentals or trucking, cannabis, real estate, those are all high-risk industries. All right, you guys can go to a website called NAICS.org. You go to that website and it'll tell you what the rating of that industry is. If it's high risk, medium, or low risk, all right? You don't want anything that's high risk. Your funding's gonna be very limited, or you're not gonna get any funding. So that's number one. We like things like advertising, marketing, consulting. Yep. All right, those are considered low risk. Essentially, any business where there's a potential for you to get sued, the banks don't want no part of that. All right, if you can get sued in that business, they're not going to give you, the banks are scared of that. All right, so you want to avoid all of that. I don't care if you came up with the best name ever. Like you came up with Marvin Exotic Car Rentals, all right? Marvin Reynolds, Marvin Exotics. I don't care. They're not going to give you no funding. So that's number one, all right? So once you create your basic consulting LLC and you've gotten the bag, Marvin, you go to Marvin. Marvin has helped you dress it up. You've gotten your bag now. You got that 100,000, 150,000. Mm-hmm. What do you do now? How do you get into the car rental business? All right, guys. So pretty much what I preach is I teach private rentals. That's when you rent directly to customer. There ain't no middleman. I don't know about y'all, but I like holding on to all my coins. I don't like splitting my coins with nobody. All right, so I rent directly to customers. So pretty much what you got to do is to set up a private car rental company. You have your LLC. You got all of that set up. I want you guys to actually go get financing from your banks. Mm-hmm. Marvin is showing you guys how to go do that. Go get business lines of credit. Go get business credit cards. Now let's go buy vehicles, all right? Let's choose a niche, all right? One good thing about car rentals, guys, I know there's a lot of y'all here, you guys are 9-to-5ers, right? You guys are working 9 to 5 and you're trying to make some extra side income, right? Maybe to be able to afford your hobby or to go on vacation and stuff like that, because your 9-to-5 job, there's just not enough disposable income coming out of that, right? Car rentals could do that for you guys. Car rentals could do that for you. Or maybe you're struggling with your car payments. I know a lot of people out there right now probably facing repossession, or they're behind on their car payments. They're struggling to make ends meet. Did you know you could turn that liability sitting on wheels in your driveway into an income-producing asset? Mm-hmm. Y'all can make some money. All you got to do is rent it out 1 or 2 days out of the month, and it could help you pay for your note. All right? Or you can make it a part-time or full-time hustle and make some profit off of it. All right? So, or you're an entrepreneur. Maybe you don't try to e-com. Mm-hmm. Maybe you don't try Airbnb and they shut it down in your city. and you need something else that could put some money in your pockets, guys. Car rentals could do that. This industry's been there forever. They ain't fitting to shut nothing down. Matter of fact, it's a $91 billion industry, and it's increasing every year, guys. There's a shortage of vehicles. Every single day, people turn 18, 16 years old, and they get driver's licenses. They need cars to drive, all right? People join the gig economy industry, and they need cars to drive. Who do you think supplies them with those cars? It's people like us, all right? So once you've gotten your funding from Marvin, right, you guys can take it. I'm going to give you guys a play real quick. A lot of y'all on here, you probably have an economy car, right? You got maybe that Toyota Camry or a Hyundai or whatever sitting in your driveway. Take that vehicle, y'all. Go put that online. Put that on Facebook Marketplace, all right? Market it to gig economy workers, your Uber drivers, your DoorDash drivers, your Lyft drivers. Charge them mugs $300 to $400 a week. $300 to $400 a week. And I don't want you guys, if you don't have any economy cars, I want you to buy cheap economy cars. I don't want you going out there buying those $20,000, $30,000 cars. We don't need none of that. Go get you any cars from anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000, $7,000. I like the Ford Fusion.
Wait, so
I like the Ford
wait,
Fusion.
tell me, Mike. I don't need to get a Maserati to start.
We don't need none of that. Nah, we don't need none. That's a different. Nah,
Mike,
we don't need all of that.
I don't gotta get a Lamborghini.
Nah, not yet. Not starting off, bro. These cars, the economy cars, can pay for that later on. We don't need all of that starting off. Yeah, I'm talking to that person that's just trying to make ends meet, right? They're trying to get that side hustle established, right? Go get you a cheap Ford Fusion. You can get one using one of those business credit cards, that 15,000 PNC credit card that Marvin just gave you. You can actually swipe that, connect that to your Apple Pay, pay somebody off a marketplace when you find a good one for $3,000, $4,000. Put that on the road. Go give that to an Uber driver. They will pay you $400 a week for that car. In a month, somebody do the math. What's 400 times 4? That's $1,600 a month, y'all.
Listen,
$1,600 a month. In 2-3 months, that car's already paid off.
easy.
In 3 months, car's paid off. Everything else is house money. All right? Everything after that point is house money. That's how you take it. You get the bag and you flip the bag. That's how you use leverage. That's how you use leverage. Marvin teaches you how to clean up your credit. Now you leveraging your credit, investing it into something that can make you money while you sleep. All right? I think Warren Buffett is the one that says that if you continue to, how does he say it? If you don't figure out how to make money in your sleep, you will continue to work until you die.
Facts.
Let that sink in, y'all. So some of y'all keep trading your time for money. You keep trading your time for money, you're going to do that forever. You've been sold a lie. You've been sold a lie. We were told when you're 18, go to college, go get $100,000 in student loan debt. That's the kind of credit they told you to go get. Student loan debt. That's going to mess you up, mess up your DTI. You can't ever do nothing in life anymore after that. And then go get a job, and hopefully when you retire, your pension will be waiting for you. Right. And then you can now enjoy your life. Right. Nah, guys, that's the wrong way. It's backwards. They tell you to go get stuck in a mortgage for the rest of your life. Nah. Go fix up your credit. Get into the business credit space. Go get the sauce from my man Marvin. He'll teach you guys how to take your personal credit, build it up, get business credit. Now you can make moves. All right. Yo, what I'm teaching you guys here today, I did the same thing. I went through the same exact steps that Marvin said. The same exact steps. I built up my LLC. It was a brand new LLC. I ain't getting no LLC from my daddy. I ain't inheriting nothing. All right. This is a brand new LLC I got, barely 3 months old. All I did was build it up. And I went to the banks and I started applying for these same credit cards he's talking about. I got the PNC card. They gave me $20,000. They also gave me a line of credit. They gave me a line of credit for $15,000. No docs. I'm proof. I'm 100% living proof that what he just dropped right here, this is truth. All right. I took that money. I took the money out of the credit card. I went to dealerships to start buying my vehicles. And then I put those cars on the road. And that's what established my car rental company, MTB Exotics, which is one of the top 3 car rental companies in the Dallas-Fort Worth area right now. So guys, this stuff actually does work, y'all. Only thing is, don't be a bucket. Just collect the information. Go execute.
That's it.
Y'all got to execute.
That's it.
Where are my generational curse breakers in the house, y'all?
Come on.
We got to end that. We got to end that. All right? Let's go take this credit and go get ours. All right? They've been hiding this information from us for too long. It's time to go out there, go get it, y'all.
Let's go. Let's go. My guy, Mike. Listen, Mike. I got people from my tribe that's on here. I got people from your tribe that's on here. Where can they tap in with you to learn more about just the overall car rental space? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, 100%. Y'all follow me, Mike_the_businessman. I give all kinds of game related to car rentals, and I do a lot of business credit too. So y'all tap in with me. I'll teach you guys if you want to just start a passive income business, renting out economy cars. I'll give you the sauce on that. if you guys just want to get into the luxury cars, the exotic vehicles, that's my bag. I also show you guys how to do all of that. So definitely tap in with me, y'all.
There you go. There you go. And listen, for anybody that's tapping in right now, if you missed the live, the replay will be available. It's going to be available. I promise y'all it will. Make sure if you haven't already and you want to learn more, drop the word class now before we get up on out of here. If you want to learn more about how to access funding, how you can now take that funding and leverage it to go invest in businesses like heavy cash flow businesses like Mike the Businessman is in, or whether you want to do real estate, whether you want to do trucking, whether you want to do whatever it is that you want to be, drop the word class now if you missed it, so that you can not only one get access to the replay, but also two, so you can get access to the upcoming free workshop I have on Thursday, where I'm gonna be teaching y'all in depth how to repair your credit, how to structure your credit, how to get access to funding that you need to build a business that's gonna allow y'all to walk away from the 9-to-5 that a lot of y'all looking to escape, right? Like I said, you know, once again, information on us, execution on you. One of my favorite quotes is information changes situations, but not without implementation. You got to implement. You got to take the game. You got to run with it. It's not enough to be a treasure trove of information, right? And you're not doing with it. So for those who are here from the top of the class to the end, appreciate y'all. Make sure you take the game and run with it. And for y'all, the replay is going to be available within the next couple of. Now, Mike, you got any closing words for them before we wrap up?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you just said it all. But guys, I just want to challenge you guys. Take this information and go execute. Trust me, it works. All right. And his class is free. He ain't trying to charge you nothing, none of that. All right. So go ahead and go get that sauce. And guys, go out there and go execute. All right. That's all I'm going to tell you guys. Thank you guys very much. Hey, Marvin, appreciate you having me on here too, man. It's always a pleasure. Bro. We make good music together, man. We got to run it back again.
Part 2 for the YouTube has to happen, my brother. It has to happen.
Say the word. I'm going to fly out, bro. Say the word.
I got you, bro. All right, y'all. Y'all make sure you have a good night. And Mike, I appreciate you, family.
Appreciate you, King. See you later.